You guys, the elections, what was that? How is this possible? How are we living in this world that is absolutely okay? What just happened? I just made quickly so many notes. Like literally in a minute I was able to, I don't know if you can see that, but like full page of things that are just so off in my opinion, and just I cannot. If you are one of the Trump supporters, just stay through the video, and if you by the end of it can tell me if you are leaning even slightly over 50%, even 50.001, that you think still that this is the best choice, then the blue party, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to think, that we are living in the same world. First of all, can we start just talk about the vanities cover of Trump and the titles that are on that cover? If you read that, I don't know how they even allowed for this person to run for president in the first place. But I just wanted to like start that off because that is insane to me. Like, he's a full-on felon. Like, he has done so many bad things and he still voted as a favorite. It's mad to me. And also following that, the picture of him in a newsletter from 1989, I believe, about thing that he said there is insane. Like, I'm gonna paraphrase that if he would ever run for president, he will be in Republican Party, because those are his words, not mine. Those are the dumbest people to get to vote. Like, he will say whatever and they will eat it up and his numbers will skyrocket. That is what he said. So the picture has to be somewhere here so you read the actual thing, and that is insane. So that was 1989, so the person hasn't changed at all since then. It's the same mind going on, you know? So okay, let's start the video actually, and let's break down things that we will talk about here. So, his little secret that he's been talking for a bit before the election even happened, that he doesn't need to worry about his votes counted, that it's just odd, you know, why you don't need to worry about, because you have heard so many things said, thrown out ballots, not counted votes yet till this point, even though he's already established as a 47th president. Pros why people are saying that he's good for being a president is that gas price will be lower and that economy will go up. Tariffs, if you have been under the sun, you will hear about tariffs now. Also want to say I'm in Europe and it's gonna affect all the countries around Europe as well and the globe. So it's not just USA that is being affected. With him getting up higher in charge, we all are kind of going down with everything that he's already doing. And it's already showing as we speak right now how it's affecting everyone in the world in economy wise. And that now pros what we are gonna lose potentially is like freedom of speech to some extent, with networks, with news, with all types of things that he's not allowed to be anymore on the screens for us to hear. Huge one, female reproduction system and just medical care in general, period, is mad to me. Racism, deportation, I have a full-on video when they just literally are talking about Latin Americans and everyone and every single immigrant, that there's an island next to like Peru and that's a garbage land, like we will push you down there. Those are their words. It's insane, and then people voted for that. It's mad to me. LGBTQ plus rights, also people are scared. Also, you guys, he has a court case still in November. I don't know how people are not talking about that. Like, he still has to go to court about his insane doings, that he has done all these crimes. He has to go in the court in November. I don't know why people are not talking about this. Like, it's mad to me. And also that they are potentially recounting the votes, because it seems like from people that something is going on behind the scenes of Kamala and her whole gang. Literally, they are doing something behind the scenes, because from the way she talked and the things that they have posted, it feels like they are digging something up, because it just smells fishy. It just smells fishy with how fast the election ended, how fast they got the votes, and how that whole thing happened. So these are just few points that I just came up to, just sitting like right or back, like writing without even thinking. Those are all the things. So that is crazy. That is crazy that we need to, I mean, we don't have to talk about this, but it just was on my mind. I was like, I I can't believe that we are living in the same world and we are so divided in thinking. It's crazy that, again, I'm gonna say something really controversial, but I think it should be self-explanatory, is that people can buy people over the actual human being rights. It's mad to me. It's actually mad that you can buy someone because the gas price will be lower and you will leave the people hanging, like just leaving them. Is mad to me. Okay, let's start from the top. Little secret, are you joking me? Like, if he was so confident about his place already before election even started, it doesn't seem right, because he was really sneakily dropping those words again and again. Like, what does that mean? And that he doesn't have to worry about his votes, and seeing how many votes have been dropped out sideways, not counted, not registered, not even received, that they have been like done. The votes have been registered and people have been attending and putting their vote in, that they don't exist, burning the votes. Like, something seems so off, and because the election ended so quickly. Last time the election happened, it took a week. How can you count millions and millions of votes in like couple hours basically? It's not adding up. It's just not adding up. And with everything that we see right now, how the votes are being not even taken care of, raises a lot of questions. So you guys, economy and the gas, like, yeah, sure, the gas will be cheaper, I understand that, but the economy, you guys, when you are saying that, look how well economy was when Trump was a president, the economy doesn't start of the day off when the president starts. You know, previous person who was running and doing the job, which was Obama before Trump, did the good deed and made the economy as good as it was. And then over the 4 years time, he plummeted it down. And then when Biden started, people were like, look how bad the economy is, because he received that passing off from the last president, which was then Trump. And now Biden has already lowered the prices, everything down, but because economy in general and inflation has gone up globally, it seems like it's been rising, but in reality it's been going down. And if you would be doing the research and like thinking about this, you would understand that. Like, economy doesn't turn up as the first day of the president start their job on a day one. It doesn't work like that. And now we will see how far we will go in the next 4 years, because he's saying that he's gonna do drastic changes. I'm not even talking about all the laws that he's gonna change. Everything that he tries to rip down that he made over decades and decades hard work. You guys, tariffs. Oh my god, I hope that by now, I mean, you have to be seeing so many videos about this topic right now. To be honest, I have been educated so much over these past days about US politics like no other, because I think at this point I'm so aware what's going on, I'm old enough to understand how it's affecting people, and like by using brain cells, you understand what's actually up and how it works for favor of a person, not for the rich people, if that makes sense. So, tariffs. He wants to add 20% everything on export that goes into US. And it's also affecting all the Europe, all the other countries. You understand that as well. Everything is gonna get so much more expensive, because for you guys in the US, everything that is gonna come in, you have to pay at least 20% more than before. I already have seen so many companies who have received emails from their providers of materials who are like, from the 6th of January next year, everything will be so much more expensive. And those people who are owning the companies are telling the consumers, that you are guys in US, that you will have to pay more now for everything. And it's for all types of materials. It's for medicines, it's for cars, all kinds of supplies. It's crazy that we go to the point where it's nowhere to turning back, and you guys were voting for that. Also, I don't remember exactly the correct number, but it's crazy high number for yearly income, that the people will not be taking a higher tax, but people below that number will have a lot bigger tax to pay, which means that the richer will get richer and the poorer will get poorer. And that number was crazy high. So that's like around millionaire types who will be sitting completely fine and everyone else will be losing money. So I'm sure a lot of voting people who voted for Trump is under that number and will be paying so much, and it's absolutely insane to me. So I hope you will understand what a tariff means, because it's not that the other countries will pay more. You will pay more, which is, you're stepping on your own like feet at this point. It's crazy to me. I also want to say, a lot of you who are there, I'm so sorry for everything that's going on, because you deserve better and I'm here for you and I hear you. So come to Europe. All good people can come to Europe and stay here and be safe. And yeah, because it's crazy. I don't know what I would do if I was living in US right now, honestly. So yeah, as I said as well, I'm from Europe, I'm from Latvia, so it will trickle in all these changes in the economy. Everything will get more expensive, so the crisis probably will rise and rise and rise and rise now. It's mad. It's actually honestly mad. Freedom of speech. I think that's a huge one, and dictating what is gonna be shown on TV, on radios and stuff like that by his saying is mad. It's literally like back in the day when the insane dictators were in charge and people were not allowed to do anything or hear anything that they don't say. And if that happens, we will not have any information about actual things. Like maybe you in US will find out about actual information, but people around the globe will be like we don't know what's up really, because we are not able to access the actual information because it's been hidden or just mumbled down, so it's not appearing anywhere. So I really hope that this point is really not true, because if that's the case, that is insane. That's literally taking away your freedom of speech, like period. Taking away female reproduction rights it's just not human anymore. If you think about that, okay, the tax will go higher, that and this and that, but the fact that you are affecting actual human beings without understanding what does that actually entail. It's not just about ending the pregnancies, it's about situations when you are in actual danger, when you are 15-20 weeks pregnant and something goes down really wrong and you have to end the pregnancy and you cannot keep it for the baby's safety or the mother's safety. If something goes wrong in the pregnancy, for those people there's nowhere to go, and it's apparently gonna be in a really rare cases when they actually gonna help those women to end the pregnancies, save their lives. Because if it's not look after the sepsis and everything that happen, and they both can lose their lives, and that these young girls, I'm so shocked about that they are, I don't know if you're brainwashed by their families or you don't think that that will ever happen to you, that you will have to decide for your own life and you have no choice over your life because of the rights that are being taken away from you. And it's again affecting other things like IVF, like actually getting pregnant, wanting to have children, and they are planning not to support that anymore because that's not natural. Like, it's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me to take away these rights and hopes from people when it should be there. It should be common sense for people to understand that that's human right to do all these things. And I heard a good comparison that if you're taking away the choice for females to end the pregnancy if they want it, or it's like emergency situation, for that you can shoot every single person who owns a gun. It's the same thing. You are ending life because of the urgency, or you're ending life because you just did it and it served absolutely no one, you know, especially if it's used in a wrong case. And I mean, guns is another completely different thing. Like, no one in the world should be having a gun if you are not in military. What the hell are you doing with a gun? How there's a right for a person to own a gun? That's why everyone in Europe is safer at least. People are not getting shot in schools. None of these things are happening, mass shootings, because we don't own a gun, because it's not supposed to be in an average everyday lives human being's hands at all, ever. That boggles my mind as well. But going back to the women's rights, it's mad to me. If I would have a daughter, I would be devastated for her, because if the abusing happens to her and she becomes pregnant, I would give her the whole choice to do whatever she wants because it's her life. And after such a traumatic thing, and that's just one example of how this could be used as a favor for a person's mental health, can be taken away. Boggles my mind, will never understand it. There's a lot more to say about that, but I think you understand my point of view. And yeah, I have all thoughts with you, and I'm just devastated for you, honestly. Racism and deportation. Oh my god, when I saw a video of that, one of the dudes, it doesn't even matter what his name is, how he talked about darker skin tone people, different race people, immigrants, everyone under that bubble. How he talked about those people is absolutely disgusting. I don't know, maybe I will put the video on the side.
Welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this.
Welcoming, like, as he said, they're welcoming all of you, but like this way.
Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean.
And there's an island of Puerto Rico where all the garbage
called Puerto Rico.
Like, do you understand? And the fact that over 60% voted for that. I will never understand. I will never understand. Please, people, research before you do something. The way he talked about these people was absolutely disgusting. Was absolutely disgusting. And it goes back to the first little picture that I showed you at the beginning, how he said the Republicans will do anything in need of his hand. And the fact, you guys, I can't believe that it was his first speech as his campaign started, that he is not for you, that he is not for immigrants, for any dark-skinned person, nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy that you were up for that person when he was so forward about how he hates you and doesn't want you and looks at you like garbage, like a trash that will be tossed around, and is planning to deport every single person under the sun that is not in his liking. Mad. It's genuine. I don't understand how that adds up in someone else's mind, that someone is saying so many bad things to you and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna support that. That sounds absolutely incredible. We'll never understand. LGBTQ plus rights. We are going back in history, and I mean, I don't have anyone really in my family who is in that realm of people, but there's so many people around the world who are part of LGBTQ plus and have been getting more comfortable with themselves and being accepted and being like normal human beings, allowed to be normal human beings, because they are. And the fact that we are going back in time, like again, so potentially that they will be changing rules about marriages, all types of medicines for transgender people, and just safety in general, about safety in general. If you are not one of his people, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely mad. I don't understand, and again, my heart goes out to you, because I don't understand how that is ethical and just humanly. How can you allow that? There's no empathy, no nothing. It's mad. It's just so into themselves, these people are. I don't get it. Okay, you guys, Ukraine. He has said, basically I'm summarizing, that country is dead, it is destroyed, and they should be occupied a long time ago when Russia went in there. You know? Just think about that for a second. When he said before he was elected that he will end the war the first day it starts, which also terrifies every single person in Europe, because it can start a World War III and everyone in Europe is like kind of peeing their pants, and like, if that happens, that is insane, that's catastrophic, that's dangerous. So, and the fact that he's just now saying that he's not gonna do anything to not help those people, and just start saying that there's nothing to do anymore with that country, there's no valuables from there to get to him. So again, another trash in his mind. There's no point for him to invest in anything, because all he wants to do is to make America great again. But that means only the wealthy people, you know, keep that in mind. With all the tariffs, with all the taxes, just generally the white premise people. I mean, I fall under that umbrella, but I'm using my brain cells. Like, I'm using common sense. I'm educated human being who understands that what has been done and said there is completely immoral and it's not correct. I cannot even comprehend how educated human beings could agree with anything that has been said. I really hope that in Ukraine's case it's not the case, that he's just like, we don't care, just do whatever you want, we're not supporting you anymore. That is scary and devastating, and again, thoughts and prayers go out to you, because we are so close, all of us here in Europe, that if something goes down, we're all in. it's crazy. It's scary. It's actually scary that World War III is a real potential thing that could happen because of this. Okay, and let's end this video with recounting the votes. We are over 30 minutes in this video, so if you are still here, kudos to you. Thank you so much. You're one of the people who gets it and who is for the people and for the people, not for the money, not for the gaining something, but for really being a human being, to have empathy towards people and each other and bringing people up, because that's all we have. Because if you are so divided, it's absolutely insane. So about recounting the votes, I really hope that that is the truth, that they are actually recounting and doing something about it, because there's so many votes that are being lost. And if you were watching elections, which I'm sure you did if you were watching this video, you were able to see how Kamala's votes just stopped and Trump's votes just still went and kept going up, and hers just stuck. The numbers were not changing basically at all. And from how much impact on how much attendance for this election was, it's crazy that now is the least voted election ever. Because they said this is gonna be the biggest one, it's gonna take so much time, and then in a couple hours it was like, no, it's done. We know every state is for this and that, and everything's done. We don't care about anything else. We're not even paying attention to any vote and nothing. So I don't want to say that this election was rigged, but something is not adding up, and something seems very fishy here, and it doesn't seem correct or right. And yeah, I mean, that being said, oh, and also I wanted to add a little bit, like, for your thought, if you're still here as a Trump supporter, if Kamala would be a white man, just a straight white man, would you vote for him? If there would be the same things said, or you still would vote for Trump? Just think about that. And that already shows the diversity of like how far people can see, and they're not just allowing to get any information in or out. They're just like so in their frames that they cannot borders, that they cannot accept anything else. Think about it, because after all I listed, and it's not all, it's just a smithereens of what is gonna change, how can you still vote for that? I don't understand. Because on the other party there's basically no negatives. The person is for the people, to improve your work life, housing, and trust me, your economy would not go down. It would not go down. Your safety, your borders, you're absolutely fine. You're fine. You're biggest nation in the world. And I don't understand. I genuinely don't. So thank you guys so much for watching. I just had to talk about this. I know it doesn't affect me completely, but I know I have an audience who is all around the world, and people from all around the world are shocked. And if you are a Trump supporter and you don't agree with anything I'm saying, don't write nasty comments down below. Please don't. If you don't like something, you can leave, because we are not for people like you here, and I hope you can educate yourself somewhere else. And if this didn't convince you at all, do your research. Please do your research, because it's scary. It's scary that things like this were done. It's our reality now, and we have to live with it potentially for next 4 years. And who knows, even if another election would happen after the 4 years, if the rules and rights will be changed completely in these 4 years. Because he said he's gonna use his power in a full speed this time around, so keep that in mind. But other than that, everyone else who is for blue, for Kamala, I'm here for you. I'm so sorry for everything that you have to go through, and we will try to support each other however we can, and stay strong. Stay strong. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next one. Bye.